Hi everyone. So today I am inviting myself to a party that nobody invited me to, but I still really want to be a part of, so here we are. So today I'm going to be going over the mid-year freak-out book tag. I've watched several YouTubers do this now, and I want to join in on the fun because I've hit that mid-year point and it's been a very good reading year for me so far, so I want to talk about it. So the first category in this book tag is the best book that you've read so far in this year, and that would have to be The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So I had read Six of Crows and went into this expecting it to be more like YA. I would definitely call this adult. Hello, cat. I would definitely call this adult fantasy. This was very, very dark, and I really liked it. So this has a very dark academia setting to it, quite literally, and it has to do with a couple secret societies that are part of Yale University, and our main character, Alex Stern, finds herself somehow a part of it. Her journey to getting there and her journey dealing with it is mind-blowing, and it's so good, and I genuinely did not see the twist at the end coming at all. I didn't see anything coming in this book. I thought I knew where things were going, and I was just wrong 100% of the time, and it was so good and so satisfying to be that wrong. Yeah, I cannot wait for the next book in this series to come out, and I think that it is a crime against humanity that we still don't know when the release date for that next book is, and I'm so excited for it. So the next category is the best sequel that you've read so far, and that would have to be Clockwork Princess. This was actually the third book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. When I say I cried a lot at this, that would be an understatement. I am not a huge crier when it comes to books, and it takes me quite a lot to cry at a book. But once you get me going, I can't stop, and I could not stop crying at this book, especially the ending. Oh my god. Yeah, I could not stop crying. But it was so good, and I still can't stop thinking about this series, and oh my god, it was so good. The next category is new releases that you haven't read yet but want to, and new releases for this year that I haven't read yet but want to would have to be The Maidens and Malibu Rising. I have ordered both of these books and they should be coming in soon, but as of the time that I am making this video, they have not yet arrived, so I do not have a physical copy to show you, but whatever. So Malibu Rising is by Jenkins Reid, and because she is the author that wrote Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I am really excited for this book. And the synopsis of it also sounds like something that I'm really going to enjoy. The book takes place over the course of one night and one big party that happens in Malibu, and it's basically how things devolve into, I think at the end, the house that they're having the party at burns down.
Just wanted to let you know that this is not a spoiler. She tells you in the first couple of pages, so.
And I'm just really excited to read that book, so. And then The Maidens is supposed to be about a secret society at a university, which sounds kind of reminiscent to The Ninth House. So we'll see how similar those two books actually are. And it's like a murder mystery kind of thing, and yeah, it sounds really good, and I've heard a lot of people talking about it and saying that they loved it, so I'm really excited for that book too. Next category is most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and that would have to be She Wouldn't Change a Thing. It's supposed to come out, oh goodness, when does it come out? I want to say it comes out in August, but I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me. It's basically about this woman that she's married, has kids, her life is good and normal, and then she gets sent back in time to when she was 17, and it's a little bit before this big accident happens, and it's basically her trying to see if she can stop this accident from happening but also still have the life that she had, and it just sounds really good. The next category is the biggest disappointment of the year, and I would have to say Daisy Jones and the Six. I know that so many people love this book, and I really went into it expecting that I was gonna love it too, and I just didn't. I went into this having read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and having absolutely adored that book, and compared to Evelyn Hugo, this was just a huge letdown. I did do a full review of this book, so you can check that out for more of my in-depth thoughts on this, but yeah, really wasn't wowed by this. Yeah, sorry. So my biggest surprise of the year would have to be the Infernal Devices trilogy. I had read City of Bones and did not love it. It was decidedly okay. And then I tried to read the next book in the series, and I've already forgotten what that book is called. And it was, yeah, I DNF'd it. It just, no, not for me. So when I went into this, I was kind of like, all right, everybody's talking about this. Everybody has loved this series, you know, and one of my favorite booktubers, the Clockwork Reader, actually named her channel after this series. So I was like, I gotta give it a try. Yeah, okay, I understand the hype now. I get it. It was so good. I definitely cried a lot at the finale to the series, and that was partly because the series was ending, and that was partly because of the ending. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should definitely read it. And I'm really hoping that all of her other books live up to the hype as well, because I am gonna read all of them. I'm so excited. The next category is your new favorite author, or like new to you. And for me, that would have to be Leigh Bardugo. I had read Six of Crows before back in middle school, so it's been a couple of years now, but I reread it this year because I wanted to read Crooked Kingdom and actually finish that duology, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And then I also read The Ninth House, and I loved that, and now I'm just so excited to read Shadow and Bone and Crooked Kingdom, and whenever that second book comes out for The Ninth House, I'll be ready for that too. The next one is your newest fictional crush, and I have to go with Will Herondale from the Infernal Devices series. It has been a very long time since I've weighed in on one of these, like, this boy versus this boy in a story. And do not get me wrong, I do love Jem, and I think he is such a sweet sweetie pie. But my tastes more align with Will. So this does kind of bring up the whole, like, bad boy trope, which I think can be done well. A lot of times it's done where it's like, oh, this guy is actually just really abusive, and that's not great. No thank you. But this one was actually done really well, and I loved every second of it, and I would definitely take Will Herondale over Jem, and somebody's just gonna have to fight me on it because I loved him to itty bits and pieces. The next one is a book that made you cry, and as I've already said, that would be The Clockwork Princess. I don't remember the last time I cried this hard at a book, so. And then the next category is a book that made you happy, and that would be The Blood Mirror. Ta-da. So this, as I've said before, is part of the Lightbringer series, which I have been reading for several years now because they take several years to read. And I just love the cast of characters in here, especially Kip. He's really grown into his own here, and he is so much fun to follow. So the series can be very dark at times, but I love the author's sense of humor, and it definitely keeps me laughing. And yeah, I smile throughout this book. I really enjoy it, and it's just, ooh. I know a lot of people are put off by really big books like this, but I just want to eat it. It is so tasty. It's, oh. You know when you read a book that's just so good and the world is just so real to you that you're like, I could eat this like a sandwich. It's just so good. Yeah, that's this series for me. So I'm fully aware that I'm using a lot of books in this, but I have no shame. Dear Lord. Ray, is somebody breaking in, or are they just on the sidewalk? They're on the sidewalk. Anyways, the next category is the most beautiful book that you've bought, and that would have to be The Ninth House. I know it's a little bit simple, but you got all the black, and then you got the snake going through the letters, and it's just, I love it. I love how dark it is. It's so pretty, and I just want to like feature it very prominently on my bookshelves. It's so lovely. The last category is books that you need to read by the end of the year, and one of them has to be Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I have to read the series. I cannot believe that I've gotten this far in my book reading and I have never read this series. Yeah, we have to rectify that. And then the other book that I have to read this year that I don't have with me is The Song of Achilles, and hopefully that will be on my July TBR. So, alright, so that was the mid-year freak-out book tag. Let me know your thoughts on any of the books on this list that you have read or haven't read and really want to read, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!